Now this video is going to have some spoilers for the third season of The Boys and for the show Generation V, first season. Now they're not show ruining twists or anything like that, but I am going to be mentioning some plot points, so if you haven't seen those, you probably won't enjoy this video. Although if you haven't seen those, I don't really know why you'd be watching this video. Now the trailer for season 4 of The Boys has been released, and we have found out that Black Noir is going to be in the show. Now that's a bit of a surprise because Black Noir was killed off in season 3 of The Boys, in a way that was, quite frankly, unnecessary. Homelander finds out that Soldier Boy is his dad, sort of. I mean, he's more of a sperm donor, and the two have never even met before, or at least not before they try to kill each other. But Black Noir knew he was Homelander's dad, and that he was still alive and being held by the Russians. But he never told Homelander, which makes sense really. I mean, why would you bring it up in the first place? For all he knew, Soldier Boy was already dead, and if he was still alive, he had no idea where he was being held. Yeah, it might be in Russia, it might not, but even if he was in Russia, well, it's a big place. Where exactly are we talking? I mean, Russia is gigantic, he could have been held anywhere. But anyway, Homelander is a bit of a whiny bitch about the whole thing, to be completely frank, and so he kills Black Noir because he could have had a daddy if he'd known. Now obviously he couldn't because, as I said, no one knew where Soldier Boy was or if he was even still alive. And seriously, Homelander did not need to kill him at all really. I mean, he had his uses. But I guess it did emphasise how he's willing to kill off anyone he wants whenever he wants, as Black Noir was probably the closest thing he has to a friend, and he killed him off pretty easy, so no one is safe going forwards. And of course he is a complete psychopath, so you can't really expect too much logic or reason from him. But getting back to Black Noir, him of course being completely covered from head to toe means he could easily be recast, as anybody could be in that suit and mask. And to that end, the spin-off show Gen V ends with 2 new teens joining the Seven. Now one of these can control people's minds, so it's easy to see why Homelander wants her around, especially since she wants to kill off all the non-superpowered people. Homelander's and her agendas seem to align. And the other one is equally as homicidal, but also batshit crazy. Now he has the standard super strong, super tough powers, and he may actually be the strongest person alive next to Homelander. So again, he would have his uses. But seeing that he is completely crazy, it makes sense that he is in Black Noir's mask, because he really shouldn't be talking to the press, or anyone at all for that matter, because, like I say, he's nuts. And Vought wouldn't want the press looking into his past either, as he's been both in an asylum, and they also kind of faked his death at one point. So him becoming Black Noir would make sense. He can just step into his boots quite cleanly without too many questions being asked. And there are a lot of similarities in their characters. Their powers are basically the same, even if their power levels aren't. They both see animated or stop motion characters around them to help them process their emotions, because they're a bit crazy, and they both just follow orders. If Homelander tells him to kill, he'll kill without hesitation. So Homelander is getting himself a nice little obedient army together to help take over the world. Or to just kill a lot of people. I mean, we'll see in season 4. Now of course we don't know for sure that it's him at the moment, we'll find out when the show is released, and it is possible that they'll say, oh don't worry about that Gen V ending where we said they're in the Seven, we'll just pretend that didn't happen and put new people in there. Shows do that after all. But I kind of feel that they were linking these together, and the way they release kind of implies that they are going to carry on the story. So it would make sense for them to be in there. And that is who I think is going to replace Black Noir, but what are your thoughts on the subject? Do you agree? Or do you think someone else will be taking his role entirely? Be sure to let us know in the comments, and I'd just like to quickly remind everyone that we have some merchandise available on our store, and to say thanks to all of you who have donated to the Needle Mouse Productions page on Patreon. And as always, thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment.